Hey, Ravings and Cravings here, otherwise known as Ruth Hartunian Allenbaugh, bringing you a show that is sponsored by the Wyndham Economic and Community Development folks, foodie people, businesses from all over our listening area here on and beyond. I'm here on WILI 1400 AM and 95.3 FM. Today I am here with Jen and Matt Nemeth from Pseudo Restaurant and Icebox out in Brooklyn, Connecticut. Welcome to the table, guys.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
It's a pleasure, you guys. I'm very excited to talk with you because I think international flavors are the wave of the present. Forget the future. It is for today is what I'm thinking. Jen, tell us, I just want to talk about the food right away. We'll get the details in there, but
Dive in.
Yes, let us talk about the menu.
Yes.
What do you got?
Okay, so we have a little bit of everything for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
My husband, Matt, who's here, is Hungarian. You want to talk a little bit about your influence?
Yeah, so we worked on the menu for a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
We decided to bring some influences from my family, some things that I'd made with my family throughout the years. So diving right in, we have a lot of good burger. We have chicken paprikash, which is a Hungarian dish. Had that all sorts of times when I was a kid. The longosh, I think you've had the longosh before.
I have.
Yeah, it's a fried dough, and we put garlic on it, and we just try to make it a little bit different than the regular fried dough that you get with sugar on it.
And that is awesome. That's a typically Hungarian thing?
Yeah, so it's a street food. So
okay.
The original concept for the restaurant was going to be street food, but then we sort of said, well, let's take places in addition to my family recipes and things I grew up with, and let's take a little bit from other places as well. So we have an incredible team at Pseudo, and we sort of drew from everybody's background to bring some of the other menu items. So we have some Latin American food, we have some Thai food, we have some Italian food.
Wow.
Yeah.
You don't even need a passport?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Just walk in?
Yeah, I don't think that's something we could have planned for because we planned for the restaurant for so long, and then as the team joined us, things just kind of changed because we're like, we have all these amazing cultures joining us. Why wouldn't we include their family recipes and everything like that?
So these are, when you say team, you're talking about real humans who bring in the flavors of their countries and their culture, right?
Yes, correct.
Absolutely.
We're not just Googling something and saying, oh, that sounds interesting, let's try that. This is like very authentic.
Yes. Generational recipes passed down on little pieces of paper, and
Oh, I love little pieces of paper, right?
Yes. So, and we actually, a couple of their family members joined us prior to opening to teach us the right way to do their dishes. So
look at, this just proves that food does more than just nourish us, which it certainly does, but it brought your family together, so that you could have the legacy of something that you probably grew up with, that you maybe would not have enjoyed were it not for opening your restaurant.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And that's sort of what I wanted to bring when we had the idea for the restaurant. I actually swore off restaurants years ago. I worked for a long time in restaurants, and then I didn't do that for a long time. And I said, you know what, I'm never going to get into restaurants. And then we ended up purchasing the property and reopening the Icebox in 2019. And we had this secondary building, and it sort of just naturally happened. All right, I guess we got to put food in there. So I had some things in my back pocket that I've been working on, and then, this idea of family that sort of matches what we're doing at the Icebox too, trying to bring back flavors and do things in ice cream that also are nostalgic, because that's what it's all about. Family, being with your family when you're a kid or whatever, having that nostalgia is the same in the Icebox or in Pseudo. So trying to bring together this idea of world cultures, family, and just having that be at the forefront of the business has always been our goal.
I think that's a pretty bold move to do that in Brooklyn, Connecticut.
So we've had, a run for the last few years, but I think that we're finally starting to get the word out about the approachability of our food, and that we can have food from different cultures, but it is something that everyone can enjoy. I will fully admit, between me, you, and the rest of the people listening, I'm not shy about saying I am a picky eater. I typically I'm from Brooklyn, Connecticut, so I know that market. We're kind of bland eaters, and sometimes things make you a little nervous that's out of your comfort zone, and I will assure everyone listening that it's just really, really good.
So with that
fresh,
said,
flavorful, just a change, and it's awesome.
So with that said, we built that into our model too. So it is a fast casual restaurant. Everything's sort of made to be wrapped up and taken to go, and it's really not, an authentic dish that you're going to get in Hungary or Thailand or wherever else. It's going to be some fusion that we've made approachable and that will sort of give it a broader audience. Intentionally, that was something we thought about from the very beginning. So just an example of that is the chicken paprikash, which is just a braised chicken with some sour cream and some tomato sauce and paprika, which is not spicy. It's a really smoky flavor. Traditionally, that would be served over spätzle, which is a little sort of pasty thingy, right? So we chose to serve it over tater tots. So we make our tater tots in the house. Everything is actually scratch made too.
You make tater tots from scratch?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
That was a process.
Are you kidding?
No, it took
Oh my
over a year
gosh.
to perfect that.
I can't
but
imagine.
They did.
I just had those at a local diner yesterday. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm thinking, how do you get those looking like? And
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
got to be some
So-
secret, right? I won't ask.
It took us a while.
It took over a
But
year.
it's
Oh my
important
goodness.
to just point out that, the care that we're putting into each dish, even though it's a fast food restaurant,
Yeah.
I think that if more people knew the time that we've spent on the tater tots or the bread recipes,
Yeah.
I'd like that. But at the same time, I really just want to make every dish accessible and approachable so that people want to try new foods without being afraid of if it's going to be spicy or a flavor they've never had before.
Well, and I would throw this in and say, as a person who would come in to eat, if I'm concerned about spice, I'm going to ask a question, right? So
We
people should ask.
love conversation.
And say, what does paprika do to the food? Or could I get it spicier? Like, could you put extra jalapenos on something?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, this is doable, right?
Yeah, and especially that's another thing that we thought of. We have an open kitchen. You're at the counter ordering, you're seeing your food be made. You can talk to the chef who's working there, sit at the counter, talk your entire meal. That's fine. So we're all for the conversation. That's what we want. We want people to come in, talk, ask questions, find out the history of how this came to be, and that would be ideal.
All right, so normally when I do these interviews, I do the address and the phone number up front. I just got a little excited about the food, so let's backtrack a little and let's get the address, the formal names of both places, which are in the same building, phone number, and hours.
Yep. So we're the Icebox and Pseudo. The Icebox side is ice cream, of course. Pseudo's the restaurant side. We're both located at 17 South Main Street in Brooklyn, Connecticut. Our phone number is 860-774-0042. And you can find us online. The easiest way is just to go to the iceboxct.com, and that will link you to both storefronts and both information about both. We're two companies, but we're really one. We're obviously husband and wife running both things, so we can't escape each other. We are one unit, just like the buildings. The buildings are attached by a 1,200 square foot deck out back that we put on in 2020. I believe. The last few years are kind of a blur, but we've got a lot of things that help us have a cohesiveness. Every employee works for both places. Everybody's cross-trained. And,
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Good idea.
So we're just one big happy family there. downtown Brooklyn. Yeah.
So the website is the best place to go to
Yes.
get information?
Yep, that'll get you information. You can order right from there. You can learn more about catering, the menu, our story, get some pictures that will give you an idea of what we got going on out there.
You can certainly find us on Facebook,
Oh, yeah,
and
social
Instagram,
media, yep.
and TikTok, and
Okay.
whatever else they're doing.
We don't do the TikTok. The young employees help us with the tiki-taki, as they say.
Well, guys, it's been almost a year since I've been there to eat. That's a sad thing to actually admit. However, I will tell people a little bit about my experience because it could be their experience too.
Yeah, for sure.
So I look at menus and I don't want to inconvenience people who are in the food business because I think it's stressful enough. It's just like, I'm a professional musician. It took me 50 years to get where I am today. I make it look easy. Well, there's a good reason why.
Yeah.
But I don't, so I don't want to inconvenience people who are serving me,
Right.
So when I serve, I think about that too.
Yeah.
But I looked at your menu and I thought, oh, I like that from that, and I like that from that, and I like that from that. So I wonder if I can put those 2 or 3 elements together. So, I figure I get a 50-50 chance of getting my way. That's how I look at it. So I got my way.
Yeah.
And you guys remember what I had. So why don't you tell people what I took and what I borrowed from different things so that they can get an idea of what they could
Yeah,
do.
absolutely. So I think the first thing you said that caught your eye was our langos, which is the Hungarian fried dough, garlicky, delicious. And then I believe you merged it with a burger. And I can't remember the third thing, but it was definitely those two.
Yeah.
And so you replaced the bun, the traditional bun, with the langos potato bread, and yeah, that's what we just encouraged. That if we could clone you and have every customer come in and say, and have that conversation with our employees and say, can I do this? Because if it's on the menu, we can certainly fuse. We're all about the fusing and making it your own item, and yeah, for sure.
Oh, and it was wonderful. It was and it was hearty. Like I felt like I could have made 2 meals out of it, but I did not.
Yeah.
Admittedly, I did not.
It's okay.
And your guys' French fries.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, yeah, that's
man.
been our
So like,
yeah.
okay, if you live in Brooklyn and you're
Yeah.
not really into international or flavors or
Yeah.
whatever, just go get French fries.
Yeah.
Get a pile of fries.
I actually thought that we should just sell French fries at
Yeah.
one point.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, fries and ice cream, it's a good
Yeah.
combination.
I
yeah.
dip my fries in ice
for
cream.
sure.
Who
for
does
sure.
that out there?
Oh,
everyone,
yeah,
yeah.
no, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, our fries are a labor of love.
Yeah.
It certainly takes them a while to produce those tasty fries, but oh my gosh. So
They're
good.
awesome.
We've got a bunch of dipping sauces. So again, you can make it your own, but yeah, I could make a meal out of fries.
Oh, me too.
Alone, for sure.
Me too.
One thing I want to mention too is that just the ingredients that we're using for everything. So we try to do as much farming from around here. So we have several local farms that we purchase from, especially throughout the summer.
Okay.
Right in town, actually.
All of our pork and beef comes from North Stonington. It's called Firefly Farms.
Really?
So that's all certified
cool.
humane raised and
Wow.
soy free. So we try to use extremely high quality ingredients for essentially fast food. And it's just one thing that I don't think everybody knows about, but we intended to do it just to sort of elevate that quick.
Yeah, I mean, who
quick
does
meal,
that,
you
right?
know?
Yeah. Yeah. And like with I can take no credit because I am clearly just the ice cream side. I do social media for both and everything, but don't get me in the kitchen, even at home. Like, no. So, but just watching them every day, they make the bread early in the morning. And I said, if I could sell tickets to just come in here and smell at 8 a.m., we wouldn't have to really work so hard. But
You know what, if you did
a
a class that showed me how to make that,
oh yeah,
I would pay for that
So
at 8
good.
a.m.
Right. I
Yeah,
like that.
right. I mean,
Absolutely.
just like fresh bread these days.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
we have young kids, and like who knows what's in every type of food we're eating all over the place. So I just wanted that. I think it's by kind of coincidence or by divine intervention that we're at this stage in our life. We've got little kids. We want to know what they're eating. Yes, they can eat fries, but I know that they're good quality fries. The oil's good. Everything's good. Same with the ice cream. You know, we don't put junk in the ice cream, and it's like they don't know that they're not getting, you know, they're getting what they want, but the parents are getting, you know, that peace of mind to know that we're doing the extra work to get a good quality product in there and fast. Like, we're off to from school to sports and everything. I don't have time like, I would love to have a calm meal every time, but with kids that doesn't happen. So you can do curbside and all of that stuff, but a really good meal, you know, for that quick.
But who said you can't have ice cream for lunch or dinner?
That's right, absolutely.
You should talk about ice cream then.
I guess we should.
I'll let you go for it.
So the Icebox. So I worked there in high school. I worked at the Icebox in the 90s.
You know, like when they were like the cake.
Yeah. So she had
place?
both. Yeah. So the Icebox in the brown brick building has always been the Icebox, and then she, Mrs. Ventura, sold cake supplies out of what is now Pseudo.
I remember that.
Yeah. So it was the place to work when you were young, and so before I turned 16, I was going in pestering her, will you hire me? Will you hire me? And I got one of those coveted summer spots that everybody wanted. And so I worked there for a few summers, and I said, I want to own this place one day. But what reasonable adult sells, you know, does ice cream? I figured I should go get, air quotes, a real job. So I did that for quite a bit. And then after we had our 2 boys, I said, I just really feel, the business did come for sale too. And I said to Matt, I'm crazy. I just feel like this is where I'm supposed to be. And he's like, no, you're not crazy. Let's make it happen. So we did. And so we purchased in 2018, which she was very happy. The old owners were very happy to have it go to us. And she's been super supportive over the years, helping us make that transition.
So we made a couple changes when we purchased it. She sold Hershey's, and we made the decision to make our own ice cream and use high quality premium ingredients. So that part really kind of changed our lives, because we decided, well, let's only make 12 flavors that are always there, and then let's take another 8 to 10 flavors and change them out every week. So we make 8 to 10 new flavors every single week.
All year round?
All year round.
Yeah. We make a lot of ice cream.
So we've made over 1,000 types of ice cream. And
oh my gosh.
Again, it kind of going back to that idea that we want to like show some different types of foods to people. So we've made savory ice creams. We've made, interesting. One of our popular ice creams around now is Blackheart ice cream.
Yep. So it's got activated charcoal and coconut ice cream. It's jet black, and
that sounds awesome.
People love it.
I should ask you to bring some.
Yes. Yeah, we should. Yeah.
I can remember that.
Yeah.
Well, it probably will be only time limited though, right?
Yeah. So everything is only around for a little bit. But it just gives us so much flexibility. We can do things on a whim, you know. If something is popular in the news, it sounds so silly, but I can make an ice cream that is hot right then. And we're coming up this week, actually, we start, the kids at our local elementary school, Brooklyn Elementary, will write persuasive letters to use their writing skills to persuade me to make an ice cream flavor, and I will make it, and they come up with the most unbelievable things. This week in particular, I hope everyone likes chocolate. The kindergarten kids went crazy with chocolate, but we have 5 new flavors coming out, one for each class, and it just gets that community feel, because I mean, what 5-year-old kid doesn't want their own ice cream flavor made?
Well, and how will I know like what you will be having that day?
So that's social media is the best way, and then up to the minute, if you go to our website, it will show our flavors in like real time, so it would allow you to order only what we have in stock at that time. But I mean, in general, it's not like it sells out within hours.
So people can order.
They can order online, yep.
But absolutely. They can also, I think the one intriguing thing is your catering cart.
So that's, fun. I mean, it feels like we're a never-ending project, but I feel like that's just us anyways. So last year's project was restoring a Good Humor 1970s something good humor cart that we hauled out of a garage from Facebook Marketplace with the wheels busted and just a mess. But
Wow.
Matt had a vision, and I wasn't sure it would come to life, but it did, and it looks amazing, and it's just so retro and cool. I'm very fortunate. My uncle owns an auto body shop and made it paint. It just looks amazing. So we're super busy with that. We do weddings and graduations and baby showers, bridal showers. We had one, it was so cute. They did a mimosa bar, so we had sherbet and put it in little glasses and made like sherbet floats.
So you show up with a truck?
The cart comes in a trailer, so we just unload, and
So
then
it's a push cart.
it's a push cart. It
I
can go
see.
inside
Okay.
buildings. We can go. It has a cute little umbrella. It's it's adorable, but it's the perfect complement to an add-on, and then we do food as well, catering with Pseudo. So we've just really, this year has been pivotal for us. I know
Yeah.
it takes a while for restaurants and stuff to get off the ground, but we're finally kind of hitting our stride, I think, a little
Yeah.
bit.
Gift cards? Can we get
Oh,
those?
yeah,
Of course,
absolutely.
yep.
Yep.
Yep,
E-gift
gift cards are available for both. They work at both places.
Okay.
Yep.
You can use them online. You can use them in store.
So it's like gifting double.
We have a pretty robust online ordering system, and you can order from Pseudo online for delivery now too. We are delivering within a certain mile radius.
You're delivering food?
Yeah, we've partnered with DoorDash, and it's through our own website. And then the Icebox might be doing that at some point if we can figure it out. But you can order ice
Want to
cream
keep
online
the quality there.
That's hard to do when you do the delivery.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we don't like to do stuff until it's ready. We work really hard at getting things right, and so everyone's like, do this now, and I'm like, we're working on it. We don't want our name to go out there unless it's ready. So
Yeah, it takes a long time to build a reputation.
Yeah.
And it takes very little
Yeah.
for it to go away.
Yeah, so we're trying to be very thoughtful. It's a lot of work, and a lot
Yeah.
of telling people they can't have exactly what they want when they want it, but we also feel like once we do get there, then we're confident that they're going to get the full Icebox and Pseudo experience.
Okay, you have to say both the names of the businesses, the
Yes.
addresses, all the detail things again,
One more
because I
time.
can't believe I'm going to be running out of time here in a bit.
You want me to say it again?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so the Icebox and Pseudo. Oh, I do want to mention really quick
Sure.
that Pseudo means the oven in Hungarian. So if people are wondering where this crazy name came from, that's what it means. So we have the Icebox and the oven. So the Icebox and Pseudo are at 17 South Main Street, Brooklyn, Connecticut, and phone 860-774-0042, and both can be found at the iceboxct.com, and they'll link you to both stores.
Hours?
Oh, yes. Yearly. Right now, so winter hours, we're open 11 to 8 during the week. Friday, Saturdays, 11 to 9. And then once the warmer weather comes, we'll switch a little later, an hour later at each shop.
Well, and spell the word pseudo so that if people go looking
Absolutely.
for it,
SUTO.
so they don't need to put those
No.
two
No.
little accents on
Yeah.
the U. I think there's
Yeah.
That's a Hungarian
It
thing.
is,
Yeah.
I would definitely just look for pseudo CT, because if you type in the word pseudo, which just means the oven in Hungarian, it'll get you to kind of like a lot of dictionary sites.
tutorial kind of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And it'll show you how to pronounce it too. They've got those nifty things on Google. But
right.
yeah, but if you do pseudo CT, you can find us that way.
Or you can just go to
the-
the Icebox,
yep, and then it'll link
you'll
you.
get both right?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay,
Yep,
great. Just like a good meal, you put them both together.
That's right.
Yeah.
You gotta save room for dessert.
Oh man, just like a good marriage, right? You can do ice cream cakes. You
Yes.
can get the cart. You can have great international foods. What's not to like? I think Brooklyn deserves a little ride out from where I live. That's for sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
it took us 20 minutes to get here to Willimantic,
Yeah.
so it's pretty out our way.
It
We
is.
definitely, I think, and having both, get both me aspects
One thing,
of the meal.
we have a couple minutes left too. I think we totally glossed over it.
What,
but
what?
We got our liquor license.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
you
yeah.
did?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And
Yeah.
we sell like limited beer and wine in the
Okay.
wine in the restaurant, but we're selling shakes with booze in
Oh
it.
yeah, we
What?
forgot
If
to.
we
Boozy
can-
shakes?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's a thing.
It is. I know it is. Boozy Shakes. You heard it here on Good Company WILI. Suto has Boozy Shakes waiting for you. Thanks to the Nemeth for joining me today on today's Ravings and Cravings. Go check out Suto and all of the great food offerings there in Brooklyn, Connecticut. Thanks. Have a good evening.